Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marco, and today I'm going to show you how to make a procedural rock in Blender, specifically rhyolite. This is just a subdivided cube with a shader that controls the displacement along its normals. So, let's jump right into Blender. Let's start by deleting everything. Open a shader editor area on the left and add a cube object to the scene. Add a new material. Switch to the Modifiers tab. Add a subdivision surface modifier and enable adaptive subdivision. Set the shade of the material to smooth. Add a sky texture. Set the look to high contrast and decrease the exposure. Set the dicing rate of the viewport to 2. Switch to the Materials tab and set the displacement method to displacement only. And now let's start creating our shader. Add an object coordinates node and connect a noise texture. Increase the scale. Connect a color ramp node. Set the colors as shown. This will be used for the main color of the rock. So let's set a dark pink. Then set a pink color. Also set a light desaturated pink. Add a mix color node. Add a noise texture and increase the scale. Now connect it to a map range to increase its contrast. Connect it to the factor of the mix node and set the second color to dark gray. Duplicate the mix node. Add a noise texture and an add color node. This will be used for distortion. Connect the distortion map to a Voronoi texture set to N sphere radius and increase the scale. Connect the Voronoi to a map range node so we can control the contrast. Connect it to the factor of the mix color node and set the second color to a light gray. Duplicate the mix color node, add a noise texture and connect it to a map range. Also increase the scale. Now connect it to the factor of the mix color node. Set the second color to orange. For the roughness of the material, let's add a noise texture and a map range to control its values. In the end, connect it to the roughness input of the principled BSDF node. Let's start creating the displacement map by adding a noise texture. Add an add color node. Connect it to a Voronoi texture to distort it. Decrease the Voronoi scale. Now multiply it by a low number and connect it to the height of a displacement node. Connect it to the displacement of the material output. Connect the Voronoi to a power of 2. Then multiply by 10. Add a noise texture and multiply it by 0.3. Add it back to the previously created map. Now duplicate these nodes. Connect the distortion to a Voronoi texture, set it to distance to edge, and set the following parameters. Add a map range node and set it to smooth step. Add it back to the previous map. Add a noise texture and set the scale to 60. This will be used for the smaller details of the rock. Connect it to a map range node. Add another noise texture and control the contrast with a map range. Multiply them together. Now subtract the map we just created from the previous map, and here we go. As a last touch, let's add some subsurface scattering effects to the rock. To do so, set the weight to 1 and the radius values as shown. Also reduce the scale a bit so the subsurface effect is not too exaggerated. That's it. Now you got a nice looking and detailed procedural rhyolite rock. Thank you for following this video. I hope you found it helpful. Bye, and see you in the next one. Have fun.